Resist is what we are doing here on Voice Gang Stalking. We are voicing gang stalking, the New World Order, and all the hate and trauma that comes along with that. I saw something on Fox you guys might want to check out. It was the Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson. Chris Wallace was interviewing him, and he actually had a lot of good things to say. Before I was being gang stalked, I called myself a libertarian. Of course, now I'm just me. I'm not voting for this gentleman. I'm not voting for any of them, obviously. But this guy had some really good things to say. You might want to check it out. It's the Libertarian candidate, Gary Johnson, on Fox. More gang stalking tactics, but by their proper names, right? Now, kind of lump together what are some of these tactics. Character assassination, engineered psychosis, isolation, sleep deprivation, street theater, trauma-based engineered psychosis, drugging, electronic harassment, and lots of little goodies in between. All right, we'll start at the top. Character assassination. It's usually a part of every TI's campaign. Why? They can't have anybody credible listening to you and your accounts. Engineered psychosis. Manipulate you and others psychologically. Isolation. You definitely find out who your friends are in this process. Why do they isolate you? It speeds up the takedown process. Plus, it gives them great control over the tactics, and it works better once they have you isolated. Sleep deprivation. Why? Easy to control. Essentially the same thing. Street theater. To induce psychosis and control the target as well as others around them. You're supposed to start believing that all your neighbors are out to get you. This is usually not the case. So it goes from I'm a target to sounding delusional to others when you say everyone's out to get you or everyone's in on it. Now, at that point, you're just discrediting yourself, and that's the idea. Even if that is the case for your campaign, let's say everyone is in on it, you shouldn't go around talking like that. Use the proper language, explain about Agenda 21, explain about how these service officials have the ability and funding to do this. Talk around the sentence of everyone's out to get me. Don't actually say that. Talk around it. You don't have to say that. You can describe it properly, and then they can come to that conclusion themselves. See, that's how the light bulb goes off in people's heads. When you lead them with evidence to certain things, then they can make their own conclusions and opinions about it. You can't just have a conversation, give them your opinion, and expect them to take on your opinions and your experiences. Now, you've got to lead them to it. They have to be willing to try on the idea, see how things look from there, and then make a judgment accordingly. It's just the way it works. All right, where was I? All right, so what am I describing in all of these things? It's torture. Torture research. We're mirroring the Holocaust. As my girl said, this is the new Holocaust. Absolutely true. All right, the gang stalking program isn't just about harassing you. It's also used to pump up their team and get people to participate in these tactics and campaigns more and more and more and more. They want to get everyone implementing these tactics. They want this to be a normal way of life. See something, say something, right? While at the same time promoting a snitch, mentality, community mentality, keep your mouth shut system. It's just crazy. So they want everyone to be a guard, so to speak. Like some kind of death squad society. Visual antis on every corner. That's actually what they're doing. That's what they're actively turning our world and societies into. And you see how by doing this, it keeps everyone cut off from each other? They even use this against TIs, against other TIs. They make us think each other are perps, and it's all designed to keep everyone cut off from each other. So, just like China after World War II. All right, now look at them today. I encourage all of you guys to go look at the history of China, World War II, and to see for yourself how that has played a major part in the hell that we face every day, which is the New World Order force. It's really interesting stuff. And World War I, this is a long time in the making. Alright, so I put some of their bullshit together here. Levels of targeting. This really applies to perps and targets. Alright, so level 1, street perp. So just like your basic level campaign. Street perp, aka one of their foot soldiers with the IQ of a child, really. And these guys, they might lie about it, but they really don't have the use of technology to harass you. They really don't. They don't know shit unless they're told something. They're involved with the street theater. Level 2 uses basic technology, anything hackable, cell phone, laptop. My Hotel California experience that I shared with you guys yesterday, that would be considered level 2 perps. I was just surrounded by level 2 perps. So level 3 is more high-tech surveillance in your home. Level 4, super high-tech. Basically, your program is mostly ran on autopilot. The big eye in the sky, so to speak. And level 4 includes all levels 1 through 4. So it's pretty rare that a TI is just at level 1. I don't know. It's just what I've been listening to and putting together. Now let's look at the umbrella of gang stalking by its proper name. What is actually making up the guts of what's inside of the umbrella? Discrimination, extortion, and exploitation. Discrimination, the practice of treating a person unfairly or a group of people. Okay, discriminating against disabilities. Of course, gang stalking isn't recognized as a discriminatory act, as we know, but it truly, truly is. Okay, extortion, the gain of property or money by the force of threat or violence. This is a felony if this is happening to you. Of course, it's a felony. Exploitation, your fears, weaknesses. There's a lot that goes into this category. You'll see there, like sometimes they're always showing up with kids, if that means something to you. Or there's a lot of different things that they use. They exploit your innermost deepest workings and fears, desires, all of that. So, the proper definition of exploitation, the use or utilization of a person for gain or profit. And so you see how all three things, they're very emotionally damaging. If one of these things is experienced by a person, it's very damaging. All of these together is very, very overwhelming and very confusing because they mesh them all together. Resistance is futile. I don't give a crap. I'm so tired of this message. What? Okay. So it's futile. So what? Like, don't fight back or think? That just doesn't make any sense to me. And I already know and see that. That has nothing to do with standing for yourself, others, and your rights. It truly doesn't matter. Besides, it's not futile as long as you resist.